the other thing that interests me in what you mentioned was income inequality. And just read a fantastic book on the rise and fall of empires, the principles of by Ray Dalio. And Ray Dalio, being one of the richest men in the world, the owner of Bridgewater, CEO, founder, is very strong on that. The fall of empires has also been linked to inequality. The French Revolution, for example, the haves and the have-nots. And I totally agree with that, in that we need to reduce that inequality gap, and that's what you're trying to do, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's exactly what we're doing. We're doing our small part. So, for example, we just we're always experimenting. So we have this program that we launched a couple months ago. We ran into some snags, but you spin these things up, you learn from them, and you improve them. But what we're doing is standing in the gap for Black founders. A lot of people will say, hey, if you're starting a business, go to your friends and family for startup capital, right? But again, going back to that wealth chart, our friends and family don't have the money for that. So what do we do? So in our Parentpreneur Foundation, we're collaborating with one of our members now. She runs an organization called Esteem, ESSTEEM. They do these equalithons and these hackathons, and we're going to pay her $5,000 to build MVP app prototypes for members of our community. So what does this do? This means they can get an app built that they can get user feedback from, and they will be able to show something to a potential investor. It's not just, hey, I have an idea. Like, I actually have a prototype with some feedback, something I can build on. So we're standing in the gap from that standpoint. So it's not solving the problem, but we're doing our part. We're raising awareness by making a stink about it on social media. That's my favorite thing to do, by the way, make a stink on social media. So we're doing that, and we just completed another round of grants. This is our 5th round. Now, we just gave away $30,000, $1,000 in grants to 30 Black parentpreneurs in conjunction with the NASDAQ Entrepreneurial Center, which is the nonprofit entity of the NASDAQ Stock Exchange here in the United States. And I'm super excited about that. And some people are like, oh, what's $1,000 going to do? And I look at those people like, well, clearly you're not a super hustling entrepreneur, because if you are, $1,000 can do a lot for you.